Hi guys, welcome to Hope with Jonathan podcast. And on this podcast, we will share the patient's personal story with battling kidney disease, dialysis, transplant, and more. Guys, we'll also share stories of hope and encouragement for those that are in need of a living kidney donor. We will also advocate for them, a living donor, to step forward to give them the miracle gift of life of transplant. Guys, based upon my personal near-death experience with kidney disease, I started this streaming show called Hope with Jonathan, and also this podcast, Hope with Jonathan Podcast. Guys, if you want to hear more stories like this, please stay tuned. Hope with Jonathan podcast is a Hope Media production. Never let hope become a memory. Hope with Jonathan podcast is a Hope Media production. Hope with Jonathan podcast is in collaboration with Impact America Media, where we give hope to patients to continue on, stay motivated, inspire, and encourage them to continue in the journey. For more information on Impact America Media, please visit impactamericamedia.com. Again, Hope with Jonathan podcast is in collaboration with Impact America Media. Hey guys, welcome to Hope with Jonathan podcast. Thanks for all the support for the podcast, also for Hope with Jonathan. Definitely appreciate it. If you're interested in helping out and supporting what we're doing with Hope with Jonathan and the Hope with Jonathan podcast, you can definitely do so by clicking on the listener support. Also, you can find us on social media at Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're also on YouTube, and you can find us also on TikTok. All you have to do is type in Hope with Jonathan, and you can find Hope with Jonathan podcast. You can find us on almost all platforms, mainly on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. We're on some others, but feel free to find us on any platform that you can. Thanks again, guys, for tuning in and listening to Hope with Jonathan. Appreciate your support. Thank you very much. How about you, Mr. Kyle?
Blogging was not for me. I was not a writer in school. I never thought I was a writer, but my first real blog is courtesy of Anthony giving me the platform again. So thank you for that. But I found with blogging, you don't really have to be a writer. You're telling your story, and that's all I really did in the blog that I wrote for Anthony. But also when you're copywriting and you're writing stories, or writing for your website, or writing an ad, or writing a poster for somebody, you get better at it each time. And each time is practice. Even some of my graphics on that side, different from the blogging, it got better and better. And the more you practice, the better. So blogging now is more comfortable for me. Writing is more comfortable for me. And one of the high points that I really like is when you write and you're getting all those little likes on the bottom of it, that someone read it and they connected to your story that you didn't think anyone cared about. And it's your story, it's very personal. And that's what I tell the people that come over to Kidney Warrior merch. We all have to start something somewhere. And as hard as blogging could be, writing can be, it's a very, it could be challenging, but it's also very rewarding. That's the way I feel about it. It can be very rewarding.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Hope with Jonathan podcast. This is your host, Jonathan Traylor. Hey guys, I definitely appreciate the support for the podcast. Definitely appreciate the support for Hope with Jonathan Live. Guys, listen, if you haven't been over to our website, go check it out at www.hopewithjonathan.com. Guys, we're sharing warrior stories, warriors that are in need of a living donor. We're also sharing stories of transplant, stories of hope, guys. Stories that will continue to inspire others to continue on in the journey and know that they can survive. But hey, guys, listen, I've got a special podcast for you tonight, coming to you from a group of guys that are heavily involved with a group and a website called www.kidneytrails.com. Okay, so we decided to do a podcast based upon blogging. And by doing that, we did a podcast, brought on Anthony Reed from Kidney Trails. We brought on Dwelyn Williams. You know what? Dwelyn just came out with a brand new book. It's not a comic book. It's a graphic novel that he's done on kidney disease. It's awesome. It's really, really cool. Guys, you got to check it out. It's over at www.kidneytrails.com. Again, guys, this is going to be an amazing podcast. I hope you guys are ready for this one. It's really amazing. We also included Kyle Hockridge from KWM, Kidney Warrior merch, all the way from Toronto, Canada. Kyle is doing amazing things. Also has a podcast as well. Has his own website, www.kidneywarriormerch.com. Also has a podcast called Kidney Conversations. And it's an awesome podcast that he's doing. Awesome stuff that, Kyle Hockridge is doing. And awesome. So it's Canadian Kidney Conversations. And he's based it out of Canada, for Canadians, by Canadians. And it's all about kidney disease. He's interviewing warriors and sharing warrior stories, much like what we're doing, trying to share a message of hope and awesome things that Kyle's doing. So really appreciate Kyle. Really appreciate what he's doing with the podcast, KWM, and really appreciate his friendship. Also, we had Wills Porter from Impact America Media. Many of you hear me at the beginning of the podcast. I always tell people, this podcast is in collaboration with Impact America Media, and Wills me met, a while back ago, and definitely was a amazing, interaction between us when we first started talking. We had a clicked right away. We had kind of the same mindset, same attitude toward organ transplantation, things like that. So just had kind of the same mindset about organ transplant awareness and all this type of things. So it's really was a great connection for me. And Wills is a really cool guy. He's a liver transplant recipient. He's got an amazing story. And also, guys, he started Impact America Media. He's got a website, impactamericanmedia.com. And you'll find my podcast over there streaming with him. And I really appreciate Wills. Really appreciate everybody that came on this. So we got Anthony Reed again. We got Dwelyn Williams. We've got Kyle Hockridge, and we've got Wills Porter, and then you've got yours truly. So 5 guys that contribute to the blog for kidneytrails.com. And if you're not familiar with blogging is basically a way to express, like a story, an ideal, a thought, something that may come in your mind that you want to relate to others. By sharing by way of blog. So blogging is definitely effective. It's a great tool to utilize for getting your point across, getting thoughts out, and also for advocacy. So creating awareness, things like that. So blogging is an amazing tool. And just so happened that, Anthony Reed had asked me to join. And, I didn't really consider myself an author, but, once I started writing one blog, they got a little easier as I've done them. So, I've done a handful, but look for more projects coming soon. Okay, can't really go into details at the moment, but look for more projects coming soon from me with kidneytrails.com. It's going to be an amazing journey, but really excited for you guys to get to roll into this podcast. Again, guys, appreciate all the support for Hope with Jonathan podcast. Hope you guys will get a chance to go over, subscribe to us over on our YouTube channel at Hope with Jonathan. Also, you can stream this podcast pretty much everywhere. You can stream this podcast as well on our YouTube channel. We're on Spotify. We're also on Apple Podcasts and many other platforms. Again, guys, really appreciate the support. You guys take care. Stay safe. Remember to take care of your kidneys. This is Jonathan. God bless.
kidneytrails.com. Kidney Trails is an organization that is dedicated to helping those that may be facing kidney disease by education, inspiration, and motivation, by bringing real-life experience from those that have traveled the road of kidney disease, and also information from the medical professionals to help you on your journey. Guys, Kidney Trails offers blog writings from many different writers and authors who give an aspect and real life experiences with battling kidney disease, dialysis, transplant, and more. Guys, kidneytrails.com has videos. They also offer a podcast called the Kidney Trails Podcast. And soon to be released, a comic book is coming out. Guys, for more information on this, go to www.kidneytrails.com. Hey guys, welcome back to Hope with Jonathan. I'm your host, Jonathan Traylor. And guys, tonight we have a very, very special show for you guys tonight. We have a very incredible cast joining us tonight, all the way from Kidney Trails. We have Wills Porter from Impact American Media. We have Kyle Hockridge from KWM, Kidney Warrior Merch. We have Anthony Reed and Dwelyn the Glue Williams from Kidney Trails, y'all. But guys, we've got an incredible show for you tonight. I want you guys to imagine yourself if you one day had suddenly had some health issues and decided that your body ended up failing you in some way, an organ decided to fail on you, and you became into organ failure and eventually ended up having to have a transplant. And you become a transplant recipient of some kind, whether it be kidney, liver, heart, lung, eye, tissue, whatever your transplant may be. And you were looking for a way to express yourself or share. And one of the great ways to do that is by blogging, by writing a blog. And I wanted to bring on a panel of guests tonight to kind of talk about the effects of blogging for organ transplant patients. And what better to do that than have on this crew of friends of mine from Kidney Trails, Impact American Media, and KWM. We all contribute to the blog over at www.kidneytrails.com. And hey guys, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring on all of my guests. And let's welcome all of my guests tonight. Guys, if you would, please share this with your friends. And again, always go over to the YouTube channel. This is streaming live tonight from our YouTube channel. Please, guys, smash that subscribe button and share with your friends. But guys, here you go. I'm going to bring on, without further ado, all of my guests tonight. Hey guys, how's it going tonight?
Hey, great.
Welcome to Hope with Jonathan. I really appreciate you guys coming on tonight and doing the show with me. We talk about the effects of blogging for organ transplant recipients. And I think what we're going to do is kind of have a fireside chat, but I'm going to go ahead and start in order here, kind of introduce everyone. Starting with Kyle. Kyle, you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, kind of talk about what you do?
Hello, everyone. Nice to see all you guys again. My name's Kyle from KWM, where we run KWM, which has the Warriors Wall, which is a blogging platform that we use where kidney warriors, we help them write their story and we post it up there for them. We also do video. We change our blog into video and different other things. But mainly on the blogging portion, the topic for tonight, we help kidney warriors tell their story in a blog format.
Yeah. All right. That sounds awesome, Kyle. Thanks for coming on tonight. Hey, we're going to switch on over to Anthony.
Hey, Jonathan, appreciate the opportunity to be here. With what we do here at Kidney Trails, we have given people opportunities to share their story and even the lessons that they've learned along their journey, whether it would be with whether it's in through the journey of kidney disease or a kidney transplant or even a liver transplant. We've given them the opportunity, and we also give those that are actually in the field, the professionals, the opportunity to share their experience as well, to try to give a little bit better point of view of what we see in the professional field. So that is one of the things that we do. I started it off as Kidney Trails as a personal blog, and now it's grown into so much more, and just very excited to see where it can go.
That's right. Awesome. Hey, Dwelyn, how's it going, my friend?
Hey man, how you doing, Jonathan Freight Train Traylor? How you doing?
Yep. Dwelyn the Glue Williams.
yeah. I came up with that name, the Glue. I mean, Anthony was talking. I said, man, I wanna keep everybody together, holding together. So I'm gonna call myself the Glue.
There you go. There you go. Well, I appreciate you coming on tonight.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Thank you.
Yep. All right, Mr. Wills Porter is in the house from Impact American Media. What's going on, Wills?
Not much, Jonathan, man. Super excited to be on here with all y'all. A little bit about me. I'm a organ transplant recipient. I do a blog at Impact American Media, but at Impact American Media, it's more than a blog. I distribute my own podcast. I do my own blog, and really the idea behind it is to help inform, inspire, and empower individuals and communities about the great gift of life that is organ transplant, organ tissue transplant and donation. And hopefully through the blog and podcast that we do, we are able to raise awareness about organ tissue donation and transplant, help folks kind of, if they have received a transplant or have donated, received, however you might be connected to transplant, to really help them take joy and pride in their own journey, and then to ultimately empower them to go out and share the awesome news and the awesome life-changing news of organ transplant and donation into their communities, to where hopefully all of us who are waiting for a transplant or tissue recipient, or we need something like that, that list can be dramatically reduced, because unfortunately there are a lot of folks out there right now who are in need of that. So that's a little bit about me, a little bit about the platform. I'm super excited to be on here tonight.
Oh man, that's awesome, man. Thanks for joining us tonight, Wills, everybody, to the whole panel. One of the things, I'll go ahead and start. So, talking about the effects of blogging, when, I met Anthony on, an unexpected source, LinkedIn. And then, now LinkedIn has become like a powerful resource for me. And I've really met a lot of amazing people. Ended up eventually meeting Dwelyn from there as well, by way of, Anthony and Kidney Trails. But when Anthony first reached out to me, I was like, I'm not really a writer. I'm not really a blogger. And then, I did one, and then I did another, and then now it's kind of become, easier and easier. And I feel like the words just come to me, especially when I want to express myself. And I've actually found, that the blogging has been very therapeutic for me. Can any of you kind of share, your experiences with blogging?
I guess one thing is, for me, it all started out, the Kidney Trails started out as a personal blog. It started out in 2020, right around the middle, I'd say beginning of the middle and into the beginning of the pandemic. And I had a lot of speeches lined up for 2020, and then they all kind of got canceled, obviously, because of the pandemic. And so I was like, there's got to be another way for me to share my story, share my journey. What other ways are there? There was podcasting at the time, and then there was blogging. And I said, you know what, let me try to blog. I'm not a writer. And just like you, Jonathan, I said, I'm not a writer. I've never been really, that was never one of my strong points in school. I was like, I'm not sure about this. So I started it out and ended up actually coming up next month, the 1st of July will be our 1-year anniversary as Kidney Trails completely. So we're about to celebrate our anniversary. So it was pretty cool. I started out with just little small snippets of my story, about a 3 to 5 minute read. And over time, like you said, Jonathan, the more you write, the better that you get, the more things that you're looking for, how to incorporate the story. And I know Dwelyn's got an interesting story, how he started as well. So it just all started from, one post and actually hitting publish and then getting it out there. Next thing I know, it's going more and more. And then we start inviting guest authors on board, and then authors start coming up, and now we are where we are. It does give you, I think, a different perspective of what you've been through when you actually sit down and you think about that journey, those lessons that were learned. It makes you realize, oh, I learned that. Something as simple as the tuna sub, like I posted that today, the tuna sub of consequences. Who knew a tuna sub would actually teach a life lesson? So it really has enhanced my view of my experience and has been very beneficial for me, almost like you've said before, Jonathan, therapeutic. So that's kind of where what it has done for me personally is helped me. It's helped me not only to grow as a writer, but as an individual as well.
Yeah, exactly. How about it, Dwayne? What do you say to that?
Oh man, Anthony definitely said a mouthful, and and then some. I can like Anthony said before that we started Kidney Trails. It's been less than a year now. I mean, well, excuse me, I came on board less than a year, and Anthony reached out to me and just basically reached out to me and said, "Hey man, you mind writing a story about a technician and a patient's first dialysis treatment?" And I told him, I said, "Well, let me ponder on it for a little bit." And who knew that I would turn this into one blog and then it lead into a graphic novel that I have coming out with another week, another month or so.
That's right.
And I'm like, it was very therapeutic. I took the experience I have over the 22 years I've been a dialysis technician and still going, with my mother being a renal patient, transplant patient as well. And I pretty much dedicated that story to her, kind of wishing the conversation that I could have had with her at the beginning of my career. Like I told you before on the show before, I started my career in 2000. My mother received a transplant back in the early 90s. Now, I don't know if y'all remember, that was before the iPhone. And that was before it was this show my age. that was before social media. So, with blogging about a patient receiving a transplant or the need for it, I can see the benefit for it, because we didn't have it back then. But like Anthony also said, as far as blogging and writing, it's very therapeutic. You learn a lot about yourself. You learn the impact that you have on other people. And the sky's the limit. So, that's how I feel about blogging. And I mean, I can do this for the rest of my life. I can do it, like it's second nature, and with my story, I use my everyday and day experiences when I go to work, whenever I look at individuals, when I talk. Because Anthony and I talk like every night, every day, just about, because I'm more of a texter. He's a caller. So, we end up talking or whatever. So with the blogging, man, I love it. I love it, man. And I'm just glad that Anthony gave me the platform to do it.
Exactly. That's awesome. That's awesome. I appreciate your insight on that. How about you, Wills Porter? What do you say about blogging?
In preparation for this, I was kind of thinking about that question. And what I really love about it is that it is really, yes, it's therapeutic, but the way that I started it was really in response to losing a close friend of mine who had a transplant. And, when you lose somebody close to you, a rush of emotions come, and, you can either use that for good, or you can let that get the best of you. And so what I did was I just started writing them down. I didn't put it on a blog. I just wrote it down. And then I started thinking to myself, I'm sure there are people out there who have been through this exact same thing. I can guarantee you they have to be out there. So maybe me writing this and putting it out there can help them through their own journey, whether it be losing a family member, losing a friend to transplant, or on the list and never receiving a transplant. I really just, to connect. And so that's kind of how it started. And since then, it's really grown and helped me personally to kind of own my own experience. And I am actually going to deviate from a few of y'all on this call. I absolutely love writing. I was the kid in elementary school that, when the teacher said essay question, there was just an understood, unwritten rule that they were going to get at least 2 additional pages stapled to the back of my test because of how much writing I would do. And so that has proven to be beneficial, but it's helped me through the years. And I love it. I love being able to see folks responding to and what I'm writing, and to see ultimately, that it connects. Because I think what we've learned a lot in the era of COVID, and hopefully what we're coming out of, is that the value of personal and human connection cannot be substituted. There is zero substitute for it. And so, when we're on an online platform like this for COVID, and even now getting out of it, people are going to still be looking for that connection. So how do you make that connection? How do you do it? And, blogging has really been able to help out in that as well. For other folks that I know of, myself included. And it's just a lot of fun. I'm excited to kind of continue doing it. And obviously, a big thank you to Anthony and Dwelyn for giving me the platform to do this. It's something I never really thought I'd be able to do, or that I would do, and yet here I am. And so it's just exciting. And yes, it's powerful. It is empowering, and it is positive. And I think given it is those three things, it means it's the ultimate medium for anybody who wants to get their story out there and raise awareness. And if they need a transplant, hopefully that'll be a good way for you to get your story out there and hopefully get on the list and get a transplant.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing that, Wills. I really appreciate it. How about you, Mr. Kyle?
Blogging was not for me. I was not a writer in school. I never thought I was a writer, but my first real blog is courtesy of Anthony giving me the platform again. So thank you for that. But I found with blogging, you don't really have to be a writer. You're telling your story, and that's all I really did in the blog that I wrote for Anthony. But also when you're copywriting and you're writing stories, or writing for your website, or writing an ad, or writing a poster for somebody, you get better at it each time. And each time is practice. Even some of my graphics on that side, different from the blogging, it got better and better. And the more you practice, the better. So blogging now is more comfortable for me. Writing is more comfortable for me. And one of the high points that I really like is when you write and you're getting all those little likes on the bottom of it, that someone read it and they connected to your story that you didn't think anyone cared about. And it's your story. It's very personal. And that's what I tell the people that come over to Kidney Warrior merch. We all have to start something somewhere. And as hard as blogging could be, writing can be, it's a very, it could be challenging, but it's also very rewarding. That's the way I feel about it. It can be very rewarding.
So I really appreciate that, Kyle. And thanks again for coming on. I appreciate everyone's opinion on that question. Thanks, guys. You guys did an excellent job of explanation there. But what I was thinking about was versus like doing a video and kind of talking and being in person. I think it's another great way to express yourself, because some people are kind of camera shy and coming on, maybe doing a live show, or some people are kind of shy to maybe do an audio podcast. So sometimes writing can be a really great way versus doing like a video or a podcast. What do you guys think about that?
I think so. With writing, it kind of puts you behind the paper, so to speak, or in our world, the blog. You're not really out there, but your story is getting out there. It definitely is something that's a little different. The other thing I like about it is that with videos, you generally have to watch, and I know you have to read, but with the way we do it, we do a 3 to 5 minute read. Most people will take about 3 to 5 minutes to read, a blog, and to be able to read part of your story or maybe your whole story. It all depends. I know a lot of our stories, some of us that are writing with Kidney Trails, it's continuous blog. So we write a little part here, a little part there, and a little part there. And the great thing I like about that as well, about writing, is you're also just sharing the lessons, you're sharing your philosophy, you're sharing all these different things with the world, all within your story. It's making your story more valuable. And it's a very good way to get it out.
Yeah. Anybody else have any insight on that?
I think it's a good icebreaker for anybody who's maybe shy or introvert who never thought of putting themselves in the video and asking for a transplant or reaching out. I think it's a good icebreaker. I think that it also you can expand more, reach a whole different crowd. You can reach the world. So, but also with writing, you're behind the scenes. You can pretty much, be yourself, I would say, So it kind of go hand in hand for me.
Yeah. Okay. That's a great answer there, for sure. Anybody else?
I think what else? Sorry, Jonathan. Go ahead, man.
No, go ahead.
I think something else that I've found is that, especially writing in those kind of shorter spurts, I'm used to extemporaneous or long form of writing and long form of speaking, but doing my writing in a blog form with Kidney Trails has allowed me to kind of refine my story, and it has allowed me to be able to have a 2-minute version of my story, have a 5-minute version of my story, have a 10-minute version of my story. But I understand, what the high points are and the points that are important, and I stick to those. And it's helped me become a better public speaker. It's helped me become more educated about my own transplant journey. And ultimately, it's allowed me to turn around and use my story and experiences to impact and inspire others. But I think that's something that's really important, is it allows you to kind of learn to take something that might be, if you're like me, 20 some years of experience, fine-tuned down to 4 blog posts that are no more than 2 pages each. And it's just it's an interesting medium, but I think it's definitely beneficial to help out for especially folks who want to continue telling their story, but they need to do it in a way that's concise. Then I think that is definitely the way to go for a blog.
Absolutely. That's a great explanation right there. Anybody else have anything they want to add to that? So my next question would be, so like, let's say someone wanted to get involved in blogging, and what advice can we give them if they wanted to, get involved and start expressing themselves by way of blog? Like, how should they present their topic, and is less more?
I think Anthony should take this one. He's the master coach of all this. I mean, I got my thing, but I want to say, but I think Anthony should take this one. We kind of fall behind that one because he's the leader of the pack here.
I mean,
I second that notion.
I don't think there's a right or wrong answer to this. It's just how you feel about it. Yeah.
First of all, I'll say how to start is just to do it. If you have an inspiration, an idea, maybe a short story, maybe you want to, write a little bit about your experience, just go ahead and do it. Just go ahead and sit down, maybe take pad in hand, and then maybe transfer it over to just write it down while it hits you, and then maybe later on refine it when you get to your place, whether you do it on a computer or iPad or wherever you want to do it at. I'd say just first of all, do it. The second of all, it is find a platform that's willing to allow you to share that story. And it depends on, there's different platforms out there. With us, we kind of open it up to the kidney field, obviously, those that have been transplanted, those in the medical care field, but we've also expanded out to someone in the speaking industry that just recently wrote the 3 capital C's of storytelling. And so we have, it's definitely a variety that we're looking at. So, of course, if anybody's interested in writing for our blog, they're more than welcome to reach out to me. They can go on our website at kidneytrails.com, and I believe there is a contact us down at the bottom of the screen, or they can email us directly at kidneytrails@gmail.com. I mean, this is just, for me, it was my main thing was just to do it. And the funny thing is, Jonathan, and I was telling Dwelyn this the other day, and Wills too, I tried this twice before we launched it. I tried it twice. In fact, when Dwelyn and I met, we met at NANT meeting. I was speaking there, and that's where I first met him. And I remember getting him speaking, and I told people, hey, be on the lookout. I've got something big coming up. Well, it never came forth. Nothing ever happened. And then I tried something else, and it once again never happened. And finally, I guess I woke up and smelled the coffee. Is in 2020. I said, you know what? I'm just going to do it. We'll see what happens. And I guess the biggest part of it is just to do it. Don't worry about, well, is it perfect? Because for me, I want everything to be said in the right way, written in the right way. But I just had to finally just do it and just say, hey, look, I'm just going to get it done just so we can get it out there. And over time, you get better, especially if you're first starting out. Don't worry about being perfect with it, as long as the heart of your story's there. You can always get, I'm sure there's always editors online that you can use as well that can help touch up some of that. But over time, you get better and better and better. Some people may want to start their own blog about whatever, maybe about motivational quotes, maybe about video games, whatever it is. Just start it and then just keep going and don't stop. And that sometimes if I stop writing, then I'm not as inspired. So I've got to keep writing. I've got to keep posting. And I've got a lot of articles ready to roll out. I just haven't had time to edit them and post them. But I'm continually writing.
Yeah. That's awesome. Awesome. Hey, we're not plugging for any sponsors on here, but hey, just do it. Just do it. Start your blog and just do it. But if Nike wants to start sponsoring Hope with Jonathan, I'm ready. So I'm
hoping Marvel or DC will reach out to us.
Hey man, you know what? There's nothing wrong with having a vision or a dream, right? So.
Of course not. I would like to piggyback on what Anthony said. To be inspired to blog. I never thought I was a blogger as well. But my advice to anyone, I would say, speaking as a dialysis technician, and I'm current, we've always worked at a place and always said, I can do that better, or this is the way that we should do it, or I can find a better way. Respectfully, I would say. And I think that's a good initiation as far as to get into blogging, just being respectful, care about what you say, and instead of being reactive, being proactive. Like I said with my story with the kidney trails, I chose that platform to have a conversation with my mother who is now deceased, and it kind of takes me back, so I'm inspired to write through her on the platform of thekidneytrails.com, and I want to share with someone else. And I know for certain that there's someone else out there that shares my story where they had a family member that was on dialysis, about to start dialysis, or they were on dialysis, or they lost someone to it, as I would say. So, when you get into blogging and blogging on the level that we're doing, we definitely want to have some relation and make those connections with everyone. And it's very inspiring whenever I had a patient read just a portion of my story last week, and she said, "Dwelyn, that's me." That's all I wanted to hear. That's all I wanted to hear was someone say, that's me. So it lets me know that I reached someone. So, my advice to anybody who want to blog, like Anthony said, just do it, which we all can agree, just get to it. But like Anthony also said, how he tried this a couple of years ago before, and it was deemed unsuccessful. It was about timing. And we had this conversation. I've been writing this story 3 years ago, but it's about timing. And now is the right time. And this is our time. And we're gonna push forward.
That's right. What do you think about that, Kyle?
Oh, everything they say is fantastic and true. But just if I had to give advice to anyone that was starting, wanting to blog, now here comes the social media side of Kyle. There's so many ways, and I don't think that you have to have a website to blog. That's right. I mean, Google has Blogger. Medium is another extra. It's a great place. I mean, I just looking at some stats too, and there's 60 million blogs going on Medium every month in every topic. There's just in general blogging, 409 million people view blogs with 20 billion pages being written every month. So you don't have to have a website. There's other platforms out there that are 100% free. And the great thing about those platforms, you can link what you wrote on another site, on Medium or on Blogger. You can link that right back to your Instagram, to your Facebook, and get your views in that manner. The other thing about some of the people that come to KWM, they're like, I don't like to write. These little devices are awesome. They have speech effect.
Yes.
If you know what you want to say, or if you feel you're a better speaker, open up the speech to text, talk it through, and go back and edit it. And I've done a lot of stuff that way. I have an idea, or I'm trying to write something, but the idea pops in and I don't want to forget it. We use speech to text. And that's a great way to start your blog too. Just talk into your phone. But those are just some of the ways I would recommend starting, that you don't need to spend all this money and build a website and be elaborate with it. There's free platforms out there that'll let you post for absolutely free.
Yeah, like the kidneytrails.com. Yeah.
Them too.
Kidneytrails.com for
That's
sure.
What I wanted to do. Yes. If you want to blog, come to us.
Number two is KWM. We'll post for free too.
Well, yeah.
Hey,
your story.
Exactly.
We can't leave out Impact America Media and Hope with Jonathan. So we all got blogs, but
come see all of us.
but
I thought we were vouching for ourselves.
But so I'm a kidney transplant recipient, and Anthony is a kidney transplant recipient. Wills Porter's a liver transplant recipient. So in what ways do you guys think that blogging is effective for transplant patients? Let's answer that question, because that is the topic of the interview.
Well, I guess I would say, depending on where you're at in that process, if you're searching for it, it definitely would help to get your story out there, such as those platforms that were mentioned. But also, it'll also help you sometimes understand where you're at, especially if you're writing about maybe some different experiences that you've had. That'll help. And I will say this too, when you're looking at that, whether you're a transplant or you're waiting on a transplant, blogging for me actually started with a journal that I write in every now and again, different experiences and stuff. So I guess if I really go back, that's kind of where it started, because you can kind of take the journal and write it down, and it helps you write out your feelings. Maybe you're having a really challenging day, and Wills and Jonathan, I'm sure you can definitely feel me on that, because there's some days that are more challenging, especially when you're waiting on it. And then if you write it out, and then you can kind of share, hey, look, this is what happened today, but this is what I learned from it. That can help you out. And then more people will see your story, and, in what y'all do, Jonathan, it may, and Kyle, and it may touch somebody's heart to have that opportunity to do, maybe donate, or maybe it be even more considerate of that. Maybe even getting the donor on their license, as Wills and I were talking about the other day. So it's got a great, I believe, a very good, it could be very good for the individual and those around them.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
What do you say, Wills?
I second that notion. I also think that what is really important to keep in mind when you are writing a blog, if that's what you choose to do, is one, you need to have, an identity. You need to have a reason why you are writing it. Just, you're writing it, but why are you doing it? Are you doing it to, talk about something, whatever it might be? If it's transplant related, do you need a transplant? And ultimately, the way I think that it impacts and helps people the most is that it helps make connections. If you're going through a chronic medical situation, kidney disease, cancer, liver failure, whatever it might be, sometimes just seeing someone else out there in the world who is going through the exact same thing or similar things that you are doing can be the difference between success and kind of struggling a little bit more than you would normally do. Whether it be, like I said, whatever the challenge is, it shows folks that you're not alone. And I wrote a little bit about this in my final blog post that I posted over with on my website, and then also with really, that this is a community. You find a community when you're doing this stuff, and this community has been there. They've seen it. They might have had experiences that you haven't had yet. And so being able to pull from all of that experience and finding yourself in a community that accepts you for who you are and helps you through the difficult times and celebrates in the times of joy is just, it's more beneficial, and it's easier to go through the journey when you have someone else along with you, because in my view, life is not meant to be experienced alone. Rather, life is better experienced in community, and building that community is the first step in that. And a great way to do that is through blogging.
Well, that's awesome, Wills and Anthony. Thank you for your insight on that. And then Kyle, who's not an organ transplant recipient, but he's currently a caretaker, a husband to a wife that's battling kidney disease, and he watched his mother-in-law suffer with polycystic kidney disease as well. Kyle, can you kind of talk about why you blogged and kind of shared a story about what you've seen and what you witnessed?
Yeah, I thought it was important when Anthony approached to write, and I had every option in the world in every direction I could have gone. But the one thing that I found out there's not, I mean, your wife knows, we cannot connect to the actual kidney warrior. The kidney warrior feels a certain way, and we don't know how they feel. But what I found, I needed to write my story as a caregiver, not as, kidney warrior merch or, because I've even met people that, they just want someone to talk to as a caregiver. So it's very important that we look after ourselves while we're taking care of the person with the kidney disease. So that's why I chose to go that route. And there's still, we're learning so much more that caregivers are hurting too. I mean, because we love the ones we take care of, and to see them down and hurt and sick, it's a very difficult situation, but we try and be strong. So to build support, I wrote that to build support for someone else out there. Maybe they can connect, and maybe they can say, hey, that's how I felt too.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. What do you say to that, Dwelyn?
Oh yeah, I can relate to Kyle with that, because I remember, when my mother was on dialysis, and like I said, in the early 90s, before I got into my career, I didn't understand why she felt weak, why she felt drained, as a caretaker, like Kyle was saying, you go through things too, and you want to be able to connect. I felt like I could not connect with my mother because I didn't work in the field. I only saw it, on one end of the spectrum. So that's the reason why I got into the field, and then therefore I can pretty much kind of understand what she went through and be able to connect with other patients as well as my experience goes on. And another thing what Kyle said, it's about someone you can connect with. You want to advocate for the individual that you're caretaking for, but you just don't know how to. So therefore you need someone who you can connect with and kind of help you advocate for them. It's a form of understanding. That's how I feel about it. How that phrase go, had I known then what I know now, where would I be?
Yeah. No, that's awesome. It's definitely an awesome way to express yourself. For myself personally, I let everybody else kind of share on their end, but it's been very, very therapeutic, and it's really helped me emotionally. Things that were stored and hidden that I thought I had dealt with, the more I started writing about them, I realized I hadn't really dealt with it yet, and I needed to, look at it a little bit more. And I'm sure as I continue in my blogging journey that I'll find that more of that will come out in my writing. And, and I just feel like the more that I do them, it's kind of like, you just get better and better and better at it. Even though, at first you're kind of apprehensive or anxious, you're like, I'm not really a writer. But like I said, I've noticed the more that I do it, the easier the words are and the better flow I have in my vocabulary. And I'm getting into now, I'm hyperlinking stuff and, really trying to utilize, like, to try to become as, educational and as informative as we can. Because, a lot of times when you're talking about kidney disease and you start using medical terminology or use big words, some people don't understand those words. So it's nice to be able to link those to where they can find the definition or so they can, relate to it. But it's definitely been a pleasure, guys. I want to give us a quick little break.
really quick, and then we'll come back and close out the show. Okay, guys?
All right.
Sounds good.
Time for a break.
Hey guys, welcome back to Hope with Jonathan, and I really appreciate all of my guests here tonight. We have Kyle Hockridge from KWM, Anthony from kidneytrails.com, and Dwelyn Williams from Kidney Trails. We've got Wills Porter from Impact America Media. And guys, it's been a real pleasure to have you guys on. I wanted to ask a really quick question about where can people get started? So where if Anthony, if people wanted to get started with you, how do they reach out to you, and where can they find you?
Well, they can find us. First of all, they can find us obviously on our website at kidneytrails.com, or email us at kidneytrails@gmail.com. We also have a Facebook page that they can message us on that. We're also on Instagram and LinkedIn, and also we are just starting out with Twitter, so they can reach out to us on any of those platforms, and just inquire about what they're wanting to write about, and we'll talk to them and see where we can fit, where it can go.
Okay. All right. That sounds awesome. Yeah, I definitely, if you're out there and you're listening and you want to get involved, you want to start blogging, you can definitely reach out to Anthony. And I'm telling you, it's been one of the best decisions that I've ever made to get involved with kidneytrails.com. So definitely reach out to them. Also, I wanted to talk with Dwelyn a little bit more about his comic book that he mentioned. Dwelyn, when is that going to come out, and when can we look for that to be out there for us to look at?
Oh man, I'm so excited. Anthony and I, we changed the days from June to July. So we're pushing for August, like the first week of August, maybe soon, we'll see. So we're kind of excited about that, and as Anthony and I talk about more and more each time, I come up with more and more ideas, and Anthony, he coaches me and tells me, hey man, you're not going to get it perfect the first time, but we're going to try to do it the second time. So, and Jonathan, which I reached out to you, and I want to thank you for being one of my features. And that's the whole thing. My next edition, I want to recruit features to give everybody a platform to say what they want to say. Kyle, Wills, I'll be reaching out to you very soon too about being the feature as well. So I want a perfect picture of you so my artist can draw you. What great ordeal would that be for someone to be a comic book character, But we're not going to call it a comic book no more. It's going to be considered a graphic novel. So
okay,
we're going to take it to like another level. So with that, with the graphic novel coming out, I can't wait. I'm excited. I look at the cover every day. It inspires me. I've gotten great reviews. I got people reaching out to me asking, when is it coming out? And and I told them this is just one part of the Kidney Trail Tales that we're going to be starting. There's going to be many, many more. Anthony and I have definitely had more things in store for everybody.
Awesome. I can't wait for that to come out. And that's where are we going to be able to find it at? What platforms?
Oh well, it's this famous platform called the kidneytrails.com. All everybody has to do is they have to log up to the kidneytrails.com, and I tell you, man, the website is perfect. It's wonderful. So we're definitely going to have sales on kidneytrails.com to bring people to our site, to bring people to all our other authors. And it's not just about me. It's not just about me and Anthony. It's about everybody. So that's our main goal. And, like I said, with this graphic novel, I want to be able to teach lessons. Jonathan, you made a comment about saying, when individuals in the professional field use, as we say, big words or words that we do not understand. So I'm in hopes to not, breaking those words down. I hate to say the word dumb it down because I don't believe in that, but I would like to break it down where everybody can understand and they can relate. So, but yeah, if anybody wants a copy of that, the release will be coming soon. And not to mention, this will not be the only graphic novel coming from me. If anybody's following my story, I don't know about this, a patient's initial dialysis treatment. The first graphic novel is parts 1 through 6. I'll be actually pushing out part 20 today, because we know what today is, right? It is Kidney Trail Tale Tuesday. So I'm going to be pushing it out on Tuesday. It would be for today.
Awesome. Man, I really look forward to it. So, and
Yes.
I really appreciate you coming on. Man, you have some really explosive energy. So it's really, really cool to listen to you. And I look forward to taking a look at that graphic novel. So,
I appreciate it. Well, I live in Phoenix, and we're the Phoenix Suns. What are they doing right now?
Yeah, they're on fire.
They're on fire. Well, the sun would never set on the Phoenix Suns, so yeah, that's why I get some of my energy as well. But I'm just happy to do what I do. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I give much congrats to the kidneytrails.com, the platform. Definitely, Anthony Reed, for giving me this platform to share my story, to share my views, my vision.
Absolutely.
And so, I'm beyond grateful. I'm forever humbled. And I encourage everyone to join the kidneytrails.com to reach out to us, especially if you want to be a guest author. We all have something to say. Why not do it through the kidneytrails.com? Awesome.
How about you, Wills? What do you have going on in the future of blogging, and what do you have going on in the future? What's going on with you?
Man, a whole bunch. Right now, I'm working on actually just finished the blog series on Kidney Trails and also on my platform. And I'll be releasing a new blog series here within the next couple of months. I'm really excited about it. I'm not going to exactly give away too much of it. Let's just say that it's over some of the events that have happened for all of us in the past year or so now, with the challenges of COVID-19. And in this new series, I really break down kind of the experience of that, but from the perspective of a organ transplant recipient and some of the challenges of it and a whole lot more. And so that's some stuff y'all can be looking forward to on the Kidney Trails platform, as well as mine. And then where you can find us and all the work we're doing, you can email us at impactamericamedia@gmail.com if you have a story that you would like to share as it relates to your journey with organ transplant or tissue transplant donation or being a recipient. We're on Instagram, Impact America Media, and then our podcast, Join the Journey podcast, you can find that on Instagram as well. And that's really all of our main platforms, everything you can find at www.impactamericamedia.com. And again, thank y'all all for being on here, and especially to Anthony and Dwelyn, for providing this opportunity for me to be able to share my story, own my story, and impact others. That's what it's all about. And you two are definitely doing that. I'm just super holds for y'all. And for all of us on this call, and also to Jonathan for the work that he's doing in this and getting us all together here tonight. And my man all the way from Canada, Kyle, man, we love you. I'm here in Georgia. You're a long way away, but I hope you feel the love up there in Canada. Right. You're doing some awesome work as well, and to see what you're doing and how you're able to impact folks and speak life to them is really special. And so to all of y'all in here, thank y'all for what you're doing, and here's to the future.
That's right.
Sounds awesome, Will. I've really enjoyed your podcast as well. Your last one with Transplant Warriors 24/7 was a really good one and informative. So if you haven't caught Will's podcast, Joy in the Journey podcast, it's an amazing podcast and a good listen. So definitely go check that out. Thanks again, Wills, for doing the show, my friend.
Right.
Appreciate you. All right. Kyle from Canada, all the way to Toronto, Canada. What you got new? What you got new going on? Possibly, maybe you're gonna release a new blog maybe soon, or what kind What do you have going on that's new that we need to know about?
Not much new right now that I can elaborate on. We're just expanding, trying to get help for people, help for patients. There will be some stuff in the works, but it's not at a point where we can bring it out yet. But we have some ideas, and I mean, if you're looking for me, you can find me TikTok. Not that I'm dancing much on there, but Jonathan does. I got you this time. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook, and on my website, kidneywarriormerch.com. And after you're gone through my website and looked at how beautiful it is, you can click over to friends and supporters, and you'll find Hope with Jonathan. You'll find Impact America Media. And this is from Dwelyn. You'll find a nice green link that will take you right back to Kidney Trails.
Go green for life, man. Go green. Green means go. Green means go, and it means push. Push that button.
But yeah, I'd like to thank you guys, though, like Anthony, for giving me the opportunity to put my blog out. Jonathan, for having me on this platform to give me a chance to speak.
Absolutely.
I thank you all for the work. You know, it's been great collaborating with all of you. Yeah. And I look forward to collaborating further and helping as many people as we can.
Oh, yeah. No doubt, man. You're very welcome. And I really appreciate you being a part of what we're doing with Hope with Jonathan. I appreciate everybody on this panel being a part of Hope with Jonathan and be willing to come and talk with me and chat with me. And, you know, we should do a comedy podcast sometime that would be a one and done a one and done podcast of an exclusive release, and that would be it. But yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm down for that.
We can do it on Good Times and Dialysis.
Let's do it.
Hey, Dwelyn, we could do that on Good Times and Dialysis.
Yeah. Oh yes. Yeah. I mean,
yep.
I read part 2, but I haven't read part 1, so I got to get to that, man. Yes.
Hey, Jonathan, you mind if I say something real quick?
Sure, go ahead, Anthony.
I just want to thank every single one of y'all. Y'all have contributed. I can tell you that I had no clue that we would all be where we're at today with that, and I do appreciate each and every one of y'all's the contribute that you did for us. It's really been I'm very grateful and humbled by that, to be able to connect with each of y'all and y'all write, and then we post it out. So I do appreciate that. And I will say this, there is some very, very big news coming up. But next Monday, we'll be launching some very big news from our end. So keep an eye out for that.
All right. Can't wait for that for sure. So keep your eyes peeled for kidneytrails.com. I just want to say, I thank Anthony for the opportunity as well. Everybody's kind of thanked you tonight, but I really appreciate you, having the guts to reach out to me, because some people think, oh man, I don't know what this guy may say or think, but I really appreciate you reaching out to me and giving me the opportunity and platform to express myself by way of blog. So it's been amazing choice for me to say yes, and I really appreciate you. So the feeling is definitely mutual on my end. So appreciate you.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. So again, guys, as you guys know, each one of these guys are impactful. They're doing impactful things, and you can see why now that, through the power of networking, that I network with people like, KWM, Impact American Media, and Kidney Trails. You can just see on this panel, this is a strong panel of advocates and ambassadors, and we're all just trying to, we've all got the common goal in mind, and that's to try to help people by sharing our story. So I believe there's definitely power in networking, and there's also power in sharing your personal story to help inspire others to continue in the journey.
and continue going. You never know when people are having a bad day or what they're going through in life. They may come across these blogs, and hopefully they inspire other people, and they can associate with them and be able to want to continue on in the journey. So, but hey guys, again, I appreciate everybody coming on tonight. It's been an excellent show. I want you guys to click that subscribe button over here on YouTube with Jonathan, and also share this video, guys, with all of your friends and family.
Yes.
And anybody have anything they want to say before we close out the show?
Nothing I can think of, but just keep logging on to the kidneytrails.com and reading our stories. And if you know anybody want to be a guest author, let's reach out to them.
All right, that sounds good. Anybody else want to send a shout out to anybody or say something to somebody else out there?
Jonathan, I'll throw something in there.
Go ahead, Wills.
Go ahead, Kyle. You're good, man. No, man, go for it.
No, I just want to let everyone out there know, our slogan is starting conversations, and this has been a great conversation to have. And blogging is just a form of telling your story, starting the conversation. I mean, I know that anyone out here, even if you come to me and I can't help you, one of these fine gentlemen will be there to help on the back end. They may be a little more knowledgeable. And I'm being told to say hi to my wife, who's sitting across from me. So hi, Shannon.
I think I heard her too.
So, well, I want to say hi to Shannon McDonald and say hello to her on the show. So hello, Shannon.
I hear that. You know what? I would like to give a shout out to Beth Shanahan. She's in Seattle, Washington. She's my latest feature, which she'll be featuring having a conversation with AW as a renal dietitian. So Beth, if you're watching this, I want to say thank you for so much. I'm so glad that we met, and I hope we continue to keep our friendship. And she's just one addition to the feature edition I have for an upcoming graphic novel. So if anybody wants to be a feature, reach out to us, and we can make that happen.
Awesome. Wills, what do you got to say, bro?
All right, one final thing, and that's that to everybody watching on here, thank y'all so much for tuning in and listening to what all we had to say. And if there's been something tonight that's moved you to want to share your story, please reach out to myself, reach out to Anthony, reach out to Kyle, or reach out to Jonathan, reach out to Dwelyn. Whatever you do, just reach out and make that connection. Life is better in community, and that's why we're here. We're here for you. We're here to help get your story out and to shoulder the challenges that life has, whether it's cancer, whether it's kidney failure, whether it's organ failure, whatever it might be. We're here to help, and we're here to elevate your voice. And so, thank you all so much for being with us here. And never give up hope. Never give up. There's always another day, and each day is a new day. The sun always goes down at night, but it always rises the next morning. So don't focus on the sun setting, focus on what's rising. And, I know Phoenix out there, they're always rising up, they're always coming back, and it's always coming back bigger and better. And so have that mentality. Your battle's not over with. It's just begun. And put on the armor, go into battle, and know that you got all of us behind you.
That's right.
Awesome stuff, Wills. Awesome stuff.
Well said.
All right. Well, I want to send a special shout out to my good friend, Philip Harris Jones Jr., who has a Second Chance podcast over here on YouTube. You can follow, subscribe. He sent me this awesome shirt. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but Hope gave Jonathan a second chance. And it's a really awesome shirt. I've got the picture over on my Facebook account, on my personal Facebook account. My wife got one as well. So I want to send a special shout out to you. And he's had a few bumps in the road with his health here lately, but I want to send a shout out to you, brother. Just let you know, man, we're here to support you.
continued prayers for you, and definitely look forward to collaborating or doing some more co-hosting with you. And so appreciate the love tonight from you. And he's been watching too. He's also been commenting. So I wanted to send a shout out to everyone that came on tonight and was watching the show. God bless you. Appreciate you watching and tuning in. Thanks again to our sponsors again. And Melissa Traylor, my wife, thank you for watching, babe. I really appreciate it. And again, guys, it's been an amazing show here on Hope with Jonathan. Again, guys, you can pretty much find us everywhere. I'll leave all of the websites in the description where you can find all of these guys up here. And again, guys, it's always been a pleasure. Remember to stay safe out there. Remember to love on everybody and take care of your kidneys. God bless you guys.
All right. All right. Take it easy, fellas.
Hey guys, go over to www.kidneywarriormerch.com. Submit your story today and get a shot at being the Warrior of the Month. If you're selected as the Warrior of the Month, you'll get a chance to interview with Hope with Jonathan podcast. Whether you're a kidney warrior, kidney dialysis patient, or even a kidney transplant patient, or maybe you've just been diagnosed with kidney disease, go over to www.kidneywarriormerch.com and submit your story today. Kidney Warrior Merch is a supporter of Hope with Jonathan podcast. Again, guys, that's www.kidneywarriormerch.com. Hey guys, this is Jonathan, the host of the Hope with Jonathan podcast. And hey guys, Hope with Jonathan now has a website, www.hopewithjonathan.com, where you can go over and find out where to follow us on all of our social media links, our podcast, our YouTube channel, and much more. Again, guys, for more information on Hope with Jonathan, you can go to www.hopewithjonathan.com. Hey guys, definitely appreciate you tuning in to the Hope with Jonathan podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed this interview, and I really appreciate everyone's support. Again, guys, you can go over to www.hopewithjonathan.com. You can check out our website, listen to a podcast, more live interviews, more content. I'm also selling merch over there that you can help support Hope with Jonathan and our mission and what we're doing with Hope with Jonathan by sharing warrior stories. Hey guys, again, really hope you guys will stay safe out there. Remember to continue to mask up. Remember to be safe. Remember to spread some love to someone. And remember to take care of your kidneys. God bless. This is Jonathan.